Hi everyone, it's Mark from Abilities, and today we're going to be talking about dressing and specifically focusing on socks. So if I can think of one aspect of dressing that I really dislike and I still have trouble with, it's definitely socks. So today what I'm going to do is show you a couple different varieties of socks that I typically wear, and I wanted to show you how I put them on. I think these are great. If you can wear these on a daily basis, this is a great sock to use because, well, you're only pulling it up over the heel of your foot and a little bit of your ankle. There's not a whole lot of sock in this to do, so it's a little bit more manageable. So what I wanted to do is just kind of demonstrate how I would typically put this sock on. Now I was thinking about this, looking at this sock, and there's probably a way that you could put a little loop on the front and a loop on the back. Because when you see when I put the sock on, I tend to stretch it out like this. And if you had the loop on the front and loop on the back, you probably could manage doing it with, very little movement in your hands. If your hands like to make a claw, you could probably still maneuver it and do that way. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm scooting out of my chair a little bit because I am going to be putting these socks on in my chair. I know a lot of people that typically do it in bed, and that's totally fine. I think sitting up in bed and crossing your leg is a smart way to do it. You're going to have more balance. You can take your time. It's just not an easy place to get to. If you're in your chair and you don't have balance and you're trying to get your leg up, it's hard. But one of the things that with dressing I tried to get myself in a position to do was to be fully independent in the chair. Meaning that if I was going somewhere and I wanted to be able to change my clothes, I could do that and I wouldn't necessarily have to focus on being back in the bed. Okay, so this is how I would do it. I'm scooted out of my chair a little bit. I'm going to take this side of my hand, so palms down. I'm going to go underneath my quad. I am going to lift straight up. I'm also going to put my arm on my chair just to stabilize my trunk. So I'm going to go and lift like so, as high as I can. Let it stretch. If there's any spasms coming, let them subside. Then I'm going to take this hand with this palm, put it on the back of my heel, rest my elbow on this leg, lift it up and over. You can see I'm having a little bit of a spasm, which is okay. Just going to let the leg kind of relax and lay down. And in doing this, I'm in a very comfortable position. I don't feel like I'm going to fall forward. It's comfortable. And I imagine this is the same way in bed when you can sit upright like this and have your leg crossed. Okay, let's do the sock. So as I was saying, if you were to have a loop on the front end and one on the back, you could probably do this very easy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my two fingers on my left hand in and maybe just my index on this one and stretch it out. Now, I'm going to kind of turn my body, put my elbow down on my wheel, slowly get my hand around my foot because it's kind of hard. I'm going to lean a little bit here so you can see I get my stretch here. I'm going to stretch this out. Actually, I have this backwards. I'm going to do it this way. So I'm going to go ahead and stretch that out as best I can and kind of pull it up until I get to a certain point. Now, you want to get it over your foot a little bit before you let go and adjust. So the way that I do it, I'll put it on a little bit, then I'll go ahead and put my arm underneath my leg, so that way I can kind of support myself. I'm going to take my thumb, going to go under this guy, kind of turn it around so that the sock is in the right position, so that the bottom part is on the back. And then I'm just going to go ahead and pull. Now you're saying, how can you pull? Well, my hands when I do the tenodesis, they get a little bit stiff, so I'm able to kind of grip it and grab it. That's why it looks like I'm able to actually pinch, but I'm not really pinching. Okay, so I've been able to pull it up. Now I had a little bit of trouble coming over my pinky toe, and that's because my nail is a little bit sharp. That's one thing you definitely want to take care of before you put on the socks. Make sure you cut your nails, otherwise it's going to be extremely hard to do this. I can't say that enough. If you can go ahead and have that done, it will make this process a lot easier. The other thing, as I'm doing this, and actually I'm going to just pull it up one more time. So I have it kind of here, but I'm going to put my thumb in. I'm going to put my wrist against this and just kind of pull with it. Now I'm going to use the back of my hand, put it on the back of the heel, and then I'm going to put my hand on my knee and just push it as I hold this in place, and it pushes it up. And there you go. Voila, sock is on this foot. So one of the things that I wanted to mention just regarding the socks, for me, I take my showers at night, and I most of the time will put my socks on in bed because I don't like putting these on in the morning just because for whatever reason I'm tired or my hands aren't cooperating. I don't like to have to put the socks on. And when I show you the other ones, you'll see I'm putting on a work sock most of the time during the week when I go to work, like a dress sock. So it's a little bit hard for me to do. So now I'm going to do this exact same thing on this side. Hand under my leg. I'm actually grabbing the back of this wheel. I have a little bit, my strength's a little bit different on this side of my body, so this is more comfortable for me to keep my balance. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. Stretch it up best I can. Now as I switch, kind of, having a little bit of a spasm, so let my leg go. Now I'm going to do the same thing. Palm, elbow. So it shakes a little bit here. Let this guy kind of do its thing. Yeah, a little bit stiff tonight. Okay, so as that kind of relaxes, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. Now getting back to the shower. So if you're getting out of the shower and you're putting your socks on, it's going to be a little bit hard. You're going to have that kind of wet, moisturized feel to your skin. That makes it really hard to pull a sock up. So what I recommend is take some time to let it dry out, dry your foot, let it air out, however you can do that, whether you're in the bed or you're in your chair, and it'll make it a little bit easier for you. Now on the flip side, it's probably good to have your hands have that feeling of the tackiness and the moisturized feel. That'll allow you to pull your sock up a lot easier. You could probably use the sides of your hands and just kind of slide it up. So I'm going to do the same with this guy. I'm going to go ahead and put my 2 in here, 1 on the back. I'm going to stretch it out, go on the bottom part here, go over the big toe, kind of like teeter-totter, so I can get it up a little bit. First step done. Leave it there. Now, I'm going to kind of pull this out so I get my thumb. Now with these, I do it a little bit different on this hand. I kind of get my hand underneath and bent like this, but I'm going to lift my leg up and do the same deal and just kind of yank it up. And this is good because it acts like a hook. That way you can kind of pull the sock up. So you can see at this point, got the other sock on, and I'm done. I'm ready to go. Okay, so that's for these socks. I know a lot of people use these. They're great. Again, it's a lot less sock to have to pull on. It just depends on your situation. For me, I'm going to work Monday through Friday. I need to wear a dress sock. And then also on the weekends, sometimes my legs will swell up, so I tend to wear like a higher sock that will, allow to keep the compression in there a little bit. I don't always wear compression socks, but I do wear, a sock that maybe is over my calf, so it's a little bit more constricting on the leg. Okay, I'm going to grab the dress socks and I'll show you how these are a little bit different. So with the dress sock, it's a lot longer, and this can be problematic. It's not going to be as easy as this guy. Just going to put my thumb in here, out, lift my leg up with the palm, thumb in, pull that guy off, take him off. Okay. Kind of the same deal with these guys. You're going to want to get your fingers in, stretch it, pull it up a little bit. It's going to take a little bit longer. I know that some people like to fold the sock down really low and then pull it. That's a good way to do it. I've never really learned to do it that way. This works for me, but I could see why that would be easier because I'm having to tug this a lot with the longer sock. The other thing is you'll probably see a lot of people use their teeth. I still use my teeth. I don't use it all the time. I don't recommend it to use it, extensively because you might break a tooth. It's probably easier to just get like a dressing tool, use the zipper pull, and just gouge your sock and pull it up. You might have a little hole or a thread coming out over time, but it's probably cheaper to buy a new pair of socks than it is to, replace a tooth. But that's just some advice. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get this on the outside, and I'm going to stretch this out. Just kind of pull it up as best I can. Now you can see I didn't do a great job on this side, so I will go ahead and just grab my teeth just a little bit, just to pull it on. Now once that's in there, I'm going to go ahead and get my thumb on the back side and try and pull this guy up a little bit. And it's not cooperating a lot, so I'm going to do my teeth again. You can probably hear a little bit of a crunch, and that's my toenails. I probably should have cut them a little bit more than I did. So I'm going to keep working this here. And then at this point, so you can see now I'm having a spasm, which is allowing my leg to fall off, which is no good. But so with these guys, I like to just keep working them up. So now I got it over my heel. I like licking the palms of my hands to get it in case I wasn't able to get them wet enough. you can use these parts of your hand to kind of pull together and grab the sock. So I might just go ahead and kind of work this up here and there, grab the heel. So now once you have it up enough, you can put your thumb in, grab it with this part of your hand. Now we're going to go reverse, kind of like a claw. Put my hand on my leg, kind of work this up like this. Just kind of make sure it's not sticking on my toes down here, like it can be on the little toe. Do the same here. Just pull again. Okay, now it does feel like it's catching on my pinky toe. And I'm just trying to make sure my toes are comfortable. Another thing too is because I'm an incomplete injury, I can feel my feet have sensation. So I can kind of tell when things are a little bit out of whack, if my toe's getting caught. For those of you who are complete and maybe don't have feeling, you just want to be sure that you either have a mirror, depending where you're doing it, or that you're always constantly watching your toes. You don't want to, bend your toe or get it out of whack. Okay, so I have it on my foot, and now what I want to do is just pull it up. So I'm going to get my thumb in here, do the backhand, and kind of just work it up a little bit. Pull it. You can kind of go here, there, change it as much as you want. But that's pretty much it. So that's that sock, and that one's done. We're going to just do the same on the reverse. So I'm going to go ahead and lift this leg up. Oh, this one's tighter tonight. Okay. All right. Bend this leg. Let it kind of relax a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to put my thumb in this one, pull this guy out, thumb on this side, lift up, take it off. Okay. Now we'll get the last sock. Okay. Same idea. Take this sock and stretch it out. Make sure the heel part's in the back. I think this is my better side. I'm left-handed, but for whatever reason, this foot, I seem to be able to do it a little bit easier. So I got two in here. Go ahead. Kind of wiggle this one down. Again, not a great pull on this one, so I'll probably use my teeth. My hand on that back side. So again, I'm going to flip this sock out so it's kind of like I'm hooking it. Once you're able to get this sock to a more manageable spot, then you can kind of yank it up. I said this was easier, but it doesn't seem like it's being easier than the other one. Okay, so now I'm getting close to getting it over the heel. I just want to make sure that I am not catching any toes. It doesn't look like I am. With my palm and kind of pull this down a little bit. Same on the other side. I'm telling you, if these guys are wet with, from the shower, it's a lot easier. You can really pull them up, but I'm doing this at nighttime, and well, I haven't taken my shower yet. I just wanted to show you this. All right, so we got this into position. Now I'm just going to go ahead and put my fingers in here. Pull this guy back. This one's being more stubborn. The other one. All right, so we got that up. Again, now what we're going to do is just going to put our fingers in here. Kind of inch that up as best we can. And that's it. We've got our dress socks on. So if, as I was saying before, if you can avoid having to wear these kind of socks, I suggest wearing the ankle socks. They're a lot more manageable to use and get it going on with your day. So that's it for socks. Thank you for joining me. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the Abilities channel. You can find us on Instagram and Twitter. Thank you for watching. Keep working hard on your independence, and I will see you soon.